Welcome to the Soul to Soul Marketing Interview Series. I'm your host, Cassie Killey of On Point Holistic Marketing, and I am here today with Lorraine Smith, who is qualified in reflexology, massage, and holistic therapies. Welcome, Lorraine.
Thank you, Cassie. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Yay. I'm glad to have you. You want to start just by telling us a little bit about your reflexology practice and the clients that you work with?
Yes, of course. So I've been qualified in beauty and massage for, crikey, must be coming up 25 years now. Soon after I qualified in that, I took on holistic therapies, which included reflexology, aromatherapy, and Indian head massage. I've worked always for myself since I qualified, obviously starting off fitting it around a very young family. So I was working mainly just evenings and weekends when I could get childcare. And then over the years, my business has kind of developed and evolved, and it's now my full-time business. And I really want to put that in air quotes because obviously I love what I do because it really is a flexible career to have. So you can do the hours to suit you, and being self-employed means as well that, of course, I can pick and choose the regular hours I work and how long I want to work. So,
oh, that's such a great benefit, isn't it? Being able to have that flexibility.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of clients do you tend to get? Do you have like any kind of themes among the people you see?
So I used to work in a business part for I used to work within a large pharmaceutical company and then worked within the business part that housed that pharmaceutical company. So a lot of my clients are scientists and highly qualified people. And I suppose I kind of, because of my age, I appeal to the more middle-aged bracket. I think people see you and they trust you and they know you've got the user experience behind you. They know you're qualified. And yeah, they're the women that are at the stage in their life where they can afford to spend a bit of money on themselves and want to treat themselves and also want, self-care, that sort of thing. So yeah.
That's wonderful. And I love that you have like scientist-minded people that are, I feel like sometimes there's that disconnect between holistic and maybe, other sides of things. So I love that that is not a problem.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. And because I've been doing it for so long, it was funny because I've recently decided I was going to rebrand. So I'm just in the process of changing to Lorraine's treatment room. And I asked my clients and they're like, well, we all just know you as Lorraine. So it just completely makes sense. You don't need a business name. You are just you. So yeah, it's fantastic.
What were you using before then?
I was using Kent Beauty and Massage.
That's right. Okay, I do remember that.
It's quite big, and obviously Kent is quite a big county, so it makes more sense just to be me. And also it fitted in with leaving the business part that I really want to do something that just shows I'm more of the complementary therapy side now. That's more the way I want to go. So it does really work with that, and new website should be out in a few weeks. It's taken ages, but it just will really get the kind of clientele that I want to get. So.
Oh, that's so exciting. And I think it's so true too. I feel like as a small business, it can be hard to brand yourself with the business name, but yet you are the business too. So I think that will definitely be helpful. Now, let's see, what other questions did I want to ask you along those lines? So let's talk a little bit about how the clients found you. So were you doing any kind of marketing in this business park, or was it more of just because your business was there and they saw you, or how are you finding these people?
So a lot of people would just find me because I was part of the social club and they kind of marketed me a little bit to start with. But obviously I would go and I do demonstrations in the common areas, like the seating areas or the restaurant, in the corner of the restaurant or whatever. So I would do quite a lot of marketing. And for people outside of that business, I'll do the normal things like like when you do fairs at the weekend and things like that, and give you vouchers to schools and give you vouchers to other clubs and everything. So I've been quite supportive in that way. Really, it's just being persistent, showing up on your Facebook page regularly, doing that. And obviously your information and your graphics are such a great help with that, because like every morning I know you should do it weeks in advance, but I'm more of a every morning I need to post something, so I just have a quick look on your stuff and go, oh, do you know what, I can just post that today, and it's fantastic. It's just like a done deal. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Now, have you stayed consistent, like with getting out there in all the different ways, or have you been able to slow down as you've built your practice? And do you still do as much of that?
I think I don't do quite so many fairs, but obviously at the moment with the COVID
Right.
thing, you can't do. The website, having a really good website, I found really helped, because people will find me as long as you've got your proper words in there. You know, if you're looking for a pamper party at a holiday home or something like that, as long as I've got those keywords in my website, it tends to work. I don't, yeah, so I'm not as active in it, but obviously on the Facebook page, I'm active still, 2-3 times a day, because I think you have to be, don't you, on Facebook, because of the algorithms. So
Yes,
yeah.
that definitely helps. So when you have somebody new that's coming to you these days, what do you think that which way they find you? Is it more the website or social media, or is it word of
Well,
mouth? What are you feeling?
I would say probably equally from the website and word of mouth. Also, because I have online booking, it's such a boon, because people can just book anytime they go online. So I think that is a real advantage to people. It's very often people will just go on the website, follow the link, because it's so easy, and just click the treatment they want. So that's absolutely fantastic. I think you need to
Yes.
increase all this technology, because otherwise you are going to be left behind, unless you're in a really small town with a very close-knit community and maybe very involved in that community. I think you do need to do your Facebook, do your LinkedIn, do your website, all those things, and just keep it going. And
Yeah.
also Google My Business, I mean, that's quite a good one, because that does get you up the rankings as well.
I love online booking myself. Like, I'm one of those people that, like, if I don't have to talk to you on the phone, I'm so much happier. I'm like, I'll take the person that has the online booking, definitely. Do you
I
feel
think
like, oh, go ahead.
I think it's absolutely great. And I'm one of these people that suddenly thinks at like 6 a.m, oh my Lord, I meant to do XYZ. And if I can do it, then that's great, because I can take it out of my mind. I haven't got to worry about it. So, I think it's the world we're in. Nobody really wants to talk. People will text their email, but ultimately, if you've got all the answers on the website and they can book online, why not do it?
Now, do you allow people to book other ways too, if they want to?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If people don't want to book online, they can email me, they can phone me, and I'm more than happy to book them in. But I'd always book it onto the calendar with an email address. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what the situation's like for you guys, but as well, I find it a safety net that I get, especially for the massage side of the business. You can get people that want like a little bit extra with their massage, and I find that directing them to the booking site and they have to prepay really worms out the people that have got no intention of coming. So it's if somebody I knew or somebody had been recommended wanted me to book them in, absolutely not a problem. But if I get some weird man texting me and say, can you book me in? I'll say yes, but you need to go by the website. So it is a safety net as well.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to
Yeah.
build that in. Now, you mentioned that they prepay then with your system too?
Oh my God, yes, they do. So if they book with me, they don't have to, and I can take payments in the treatment room. However, if they're booking online, they pay 100% up front. And some people really like it, because it means when they have their payday, they can budget their treatments for the month.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it
that's
really
nice.
works both ways. And people have said to me they love it. They've got a bonus at work. They want to treat themselves to a massage. They book it. Also, I find it tends to stop no-shows, because people they maybe still won't show, but they don't tend to do it that often. And usually life happens, I'll reschedule them. But there are some people that are serial no-showers, and I'll say, well, I'm really sorry, but the booking system takes your money. So that's one of the main reasons I started it as well, taking the full deposit or the full payment, because of the no-shows.
That's great. Now, when you have people that you add to the system that call you, like, then you can just kind of override the payment thing and just take it
Yes,
in
I can
person.
just override it, but people sometimes like it because they can go on before they come into the treatment, and they can pay by following their appointment meeting requesting, or they can pay when they come in. So, I mean, we've got a bit of an issue taking cash at the moment, because obviously I can take cash, but I won't give change because of the whole COVID thing, that I don't want to give people notes. So they can still pay cash. And if there's any left over, I'll credit it against their next appointment, and I'll book that appointment in for them. And yeah, obviously people I've been doing for years, but it's just the new clients that it really stops. the people that have no intention of coming.
Yeah, no, I love that. If people are curious, because I know a lot of people maybe are thinking about booking systems but haven't actually done it, do you mind sharing which one you used?
Oh yes, so I use Acuity,
Okay.
which is an American company actually, and because they're American, the customer service is amazing. Now it costs, I think it's $120 for the year if you pay for the year up front. That's American dollars, so it works out to be about £110 for me or something like that. But
That's not bad. And then it sounds like it really pays for itself with like
and
you don't
also,
have.
the advantage of that system is they have gift vouchers. So if you wanted to do gift vouchers, Christmas, birthdays, monetary amounts, treatments, whatever, that you can just sell them on there. If you want to limit it to the first 5 people who can get this gift voucher at this price, you can put that on there. They'll sell 5 for you. And that automatically goes to the recipients or the purchaser's inbox, actually. So I don't even need to get involved in gift vouchers if people don't want me to get involved.
Oh yeah, that's definitely nice.
Father's Day, you've forgotten to buy a present. Hang on a minute. It's there. Here you are, Mum. Look what I got you.
I'm sure that seems like it's a much better, like a streamlined solution rather than just trying to like do PayPal and then email people something. And
I mean, I will still do that if somebody wants something personalized, but for your general gift vouchers, it's absolutely perfect. Like say you wanted to buy a £50 gift voucher, you pay £50. It goes through Stripe, through Acuity, it goes through Stripe. They take a small commission. I mean, that wouldn't even be probably £1 on that much money, and the money's in my bank account. That's perfect.
now with the holidays coming up and gift giving season, do you do a lot with gift cards?
So what I've tended to do the last few years, and you're going to love this because this is like the whole amazing thing. We do an advent calendar every day of December.
Oh, nice.
Every day of December, there's a different lot of treatments packaged up, but really, really, really excellent discount. Obviously, to do your numbers, you still want to make a profit, so you would want to do your numbers. But like say, I just thought of one, I was going to have Christmas bubbles. So I was going to do like a champagne infused massage oil and just have that one day, and maybe just package it up with like a little bottle of Prosecco as well for somebody to take home, so then go home and have like a little drink of an evening. Or you can do ones like chocolate orange foot treatments, and have a little chocolate orange for your client to drink in a cup whilst you're massaging their feet with a chocolate infused treat, whatever. So we tend to do that at Christmas, one every day. They're available for 24 hours. And you have to use them during January to March, which is your quiet times.
Oh, that's great. So like if today's your promotion, so if you want to be able to get the one with the chocolate orange, you have to book it, or you have to purchase it today, and then you have to use it between January and March.
Yeah.
I love that. And then like even like as a gift, people to give that as a gift too, or for themselves.
That's absolutely fine. Obviously with COVID this year, it was a bit of trouble because a few people left it right to the last minute. So I just extended them. And then just recently, which is what I would do on the 31st of March next year, is just turn them into the value of the money they paid for it. So if say you're getting a reflexology treatment that usually retails at say £40, you're getting it for £30. If you don't use it by the end of March, you can have £30 to put towards the treatment, but you'll pay the extra.
Oh.
Because the other thing is, it gets me busy when it's a really quiet time.
Yeah.
And also people love it because they gift it to their friends. So Black Friday, what I'm going to try and do this year is, which I'm actually just going to work on later on today, is a lot of people over in the UK at the moment are doing those what do you call it, not courses, but where people pay monthly by standing order, and they buy an amount of time with you a month for 6 months. So then say they could buy an hour with me, which they could split into half-hour face, half-hour feet, or they could have a whole hour on the feet, or they could have a bit of waxing and a bit of massage, but they can just have an hour a month.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And then so it's kind of just like it's already booked and paid like on an automated system, I assume.
So they just pay for it on the automated system, but then they can just book it whenever they want to. Yeah.
Oh,
but it kind of regularizes your income a bit as well. I'm literally going to do probably 2 or 3 of those for Black Friday just to test the water at just crazy, stupid, like £40 an hour, £20 half hour prices, and just see if anyone bites. So Yeah.
And you have it built into your pricing, then, that you can afford to do the discounting, and then that all still works out.
I'm never going to sell anything at a loss at all. I just maybe wouldn't make quite as much profit. But then I kind of think that I'd rather be busy during the quieter times.
Mm-hmm.
And you can stipulate it that you can only use those vouchers on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, say, rather than a Saturday morning. So, you know, you could do whatever you wanted to do with it.
Yeah, I like that you're comfortable putting like conditions on it, even if people are, you know, so that it still works, and that it kind of doesn't let people just kind of draw it out forever. And
yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm just working on the fine print of that at the moment, but I thought I'd give it a go because a lot of people have been doing these membership deals, and I thought, yeah, my clients might like it, and we'll see. So,
well, yeah, you'll have to keep us posted how it goes.
I will do.
Let's see if there's any other questions I want to make sure that I ask you. I feel like we've talked a little bit about how you've evolved from kind of like in the beginning versus now. Do you have anything else to add, though, just by kind of like how you felt like you've evolved in your marketing?
Obviously, I kind of evolved by, yeah, I think as I got more hours, I managed to do more and more and more. I did hit a bit of a quiet patch a few years ago, and that's when I decided to really up my marketing. And I think I've been with you for about a year now, haven't I? So I've really noticed that, like, in the last year, I've tried to do more and more and more, and it has generated more new clients to come in. So it's been really good. It is really positive. I just think you need to position yourself as approachable. People like to see you, don't they? They like to see who they're dealing with. And also to show people that you know what you're doing, that you've not just done a one-day course in reflexology, that you actually just study for a year or more and, you know, done it. So
definitely. Yeah, and that's such a thing too, that, you know, to show your expertise and knowledge and the information that you're putting out there, so then that builds the trust, and that they
exactly.
Yeah. Now that, you know, there are options where people can just go out there and take one class and, you know.
I know, exactly. And it's a real big thing. And you're actually paying for somebody's expertise. And you, as a client, you've got the choice. If you want to pay for a £20 massage or a £100 massage, that's your choice. And it's nice to have those choices. But you have to accept that if you want somebody that knows what they're doing, well, I have to accept that somebody wants to build a relationship with me, build a trust with me before they're going to come to me anyway. So, you know, that's why I need to be out there all the time, posting things, doing things.
Oh, definitely. If you want to share one tip for reflexologists who are just getting started and trying to figure out how to get more clients in the door, what would you tell them to do?
I would say be persistent. I would say when you get the chance to represent yourself, be it on social media or in person, just accept all those chances and show people that you are the professional that you are. And, you know, if you're having a really rubbish day and you're wondering why you did it and you've got no clients, then next day is a new day and you can do this. You've got the qualifications, you are a professional. You just need to go out and get yourself known. So whether that's doing a Facebook Live or going to meet the Women's Institute, go and talk about the things you know best, and clients will follow you.
Oh, that's such great advice. And actually, that brings me to another question for you. I've seen you do Facebook Lives, and I don't think that's something a lot of people feel comfortable with. Would you want to talk about getting started with it, or, you know, just a little bit to help people maybe who haven't tried it feel more comfortable?
So I think the thing with Facebook Lives is it is daunting, but you've seen me doing them. I'm one of these people that I challenge myself to do things, and I don't really mind, but people aren't bothered if I've got my makeup on. Jesus, my clients have come, you know, today and I've had no makeup on. They've come sometimes when I've been in my shorts and t-shirt. I'm like, I'm really sorry, but as soon as I've done you, I'm out of here and I've, you know, running out of time. So just be yourself. And if you don't want to show yourself on social media, you can do a walk through your treatment room. You know, you could show somebody your skeleton foot, or you can show, often I do the one with a picture of the foot in front, you know, where this is your head and this is your ass, and, you know, let's just show you where a few things are. And you can just do things, use props. That doesn't mean you have to be on social media.
Oh, that's great advice.
It's always like, yeah, definitely walk through the treatment room, especially for people that haven't been to you. And also, especially, I think if you're working from a home situation, like say you've got a beautiful cabin in the garden, people don't know that because I know I've been to places where I've sat in someone's kitchen and had my lashes done. And I don't want people to be thinking when they're coming to my house, they're sitting in my kitchen having their massage. So I think that that's really important, just to show people where you are, maybe show them the products you use, you know, maybe show them a foot diagram, maybe show them a bit of self-care, reflexology for your hands or something. But there's
Yes.
without you having to be on the camera.
I love it. You just gave people like a whole list of ways that they can do different lives.
Locality. If I go to the beach in Deal for the day, I always just take my camera and go, oh my God, look at this sea. I'm in my favourite place. And I'm just taking a picture of the ocean. And it's like 10 seconds on Facebook. But it alters your algorithms, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in it. Perfect, you know? So, yeah, I think that there are ways around it. But I think it's quite important because, as you said, there's not many people doing it. And it will set you apart. And it will build a trust with people that maybe you don't know are watching you. But they are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah. Do you remember, like, I did a talk in the summer, going slightly off piste. I did aromatherapy week, and I spoke every day for I think 10 days about a different aromatherapy oil. Now, somebody I used to work with, I didn't realise she now does PR stuff at a local castle. So she's on maternity leave, but she said to me, oh, Lorraine, when I'm back, will you come and do a chat on aromatherapy?
Oh,
now
wow.
that's from me talking about it. I didn't know she was watching. I didn't know what she did. But what an amazing opportunity when she goes back off mat leave to go and do that. So
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's another great question. Do you feel like you have a lot of people who are already your clients that are following you on Facebook or and social media, or do you feel like it's more maybe people who are kind of curious about you? Do you have a gauge on who interacts
I
and stuff?
think that mainly it's my clients that see me on social media, because I just think the way it is at the moment, unless you're paying for ads, which I don't tend to do, it's just more keeping that reminder and interacting. And also the other thing, Cassie, that actually I should have mentioned about marketing is just to do your emails. Even if it's just once a month, you need to just remind people you're there. I'm literally about to send out an email this afternoon, and I know off the back of that, there's a couple of special offers I'm doing. One's a Listone reflexology and one's a back massage with a warmed candle. And they're not things that I necessarily do that much of. But I know because they're on special price, because they're only for November, by the end of the day, I'll have a couple of bookings from that. And that's just because it's reminded people like, oh yeah, I haven't seen Lorraine for a couple of months. Actually, I really should book something.
Yes. Oh, I definitely feel like I see so many people who are saying that they don't have an email list or they don't do anything with email yet. Now, are you mostly emailing clients, or how else are you getting people on your email list then?
So with the online booking.
Oh, that's true. You get people's emails.
It adds them to the email list. It asks them for tick box and it like, do you want to know about special offers? And it automatically adds them to the email list.
Now, are you able to email them through the software, or are you using a separate email service?
I just use, the normal software that most people use for their emails, which I don't know if we should mention or not. But anyway, so yeah.
Oh, it's okay. You can mention which one you like.
So I just use MailChimp because it works for me. I don't send out that many emails. My email list isn't that huge. And so I just usually send out once or twice a month.
Awesome.
What's going on? So yeah, it's good. And also, it's like the other thing is, if someone unsubscribes from your email list, then don't let it bother you, because really they're not a person that was ever going to come to you again anyway. So you must never get worried about that, because sometimes you can think, oh my God, I sent out this email, I've had 5 unsubscribes, which I did the last time I did. I thought, well, hang on a minute, she's been living in Dubai for the last 5 years. She's never going to come to me again. It's like, it's a bit of a journey. And just people that I hadn't necessarily seen. And I think, well, I'm often culling I'm often ticking unsubscribe on things people send me. So it's no different, but the people that want to know it will keep on your list. So yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
I don't think there is, actually. I think, I love what you've done for me. I love that you make my life so much easier. I love anyone that makes my life so much easier. And the graphics are amazing. And even the little wording that goes with it just makes it so great. And, I don't always send out the email letters as you've done it, because obviously my business is that much broader. But I do often cherry pick things and maybe pop them into a little bit of a blog or something like that. So, I do use it, and it is really, really handy. So
Oh. Well, I'm so glad you're getting some good value out of it. Thank you.
No, definitely. Yeah, thoroughly. I'd recommend you to everyone else I know, but I don't want them to know my secret. It's like, you're all mine.
I love it.
The reflexologists in the area posting the same stuff. I'm like, no, she's my little secret. So,
it's okay. We can help people other places that aren't near you.
Go for it. Absolutely fine. Of course. Yeah. Just not in my 5-mile radius. Thanks very much.
Yep.
It's just because I think that you want to keep what you're doing slightly different to what everyone else is doing, and if we're all posting the same stuff in the same area, it's a little bit. And you make it so easy to brand as well, which I think is another thing that people should be aware of, is just sticking their logo over stuff so that people can't just pinch it really easily. Because otherwise you click through things and you're like, oh, I'll just pinch that image. But if I do anything that you've given me or anything that I've done myself, it's always got my logo on it, that I just think, well, that makes it that little bit more difficult for the competition to actually just copy and paste it.
That's great. Are you using Canva, or what are you using to add your logo?
Yeah, I use Canva. I use Canva, and then until I want to do videos, which I've done a couple of videos this morning, and then I use Post to my wall.
Wait, what's it called? Post to my wall?
Post to my wall, yeah. So it's all one word, Post to my wall. But it's got a lot of free videos, whereas the Canva videos are premium, aren't they? You have to have the premium account. So
yeah, they are. Most of them anyway, yeah.
And obviously I try and do my own as well. Like, that's the other thing that's really good, is if you can get a friend on your couch, especially for your reflexology, and just set up your phone or your tripod or your laptop and just record a little bit, put a bit of music on the background. I mean, people want to feel the experience, don't they, when they're looking at what you're doing?
Yes.
So although you want to be the expert and you want to vary your posts, they always want to feel, I want to be on that couch. Yeah, I want to be having that reflexology.
Definitely.
Yeah, so just, I think my advice to people is just keep at it, be persistent, be yourself, don't be anyone you're not, because otherwise that's really hard work, and just use your skills. You
have had so many great words of wisdom. I love this. I think people are going to be so grateful. So thank you so much, Lorraine.
That's my absolute pleasure, Cassie. It's so nice to talk to you. Thanks so much for inviting me on.
Yeah, this has been wonderful.